Hey Aquarius, welcome to your second half of October reading. General reading for the collective of Aquarius, Sun and Rising. Not date or time specific. The reason why I say first half of the month or second half of the month is because I always do 2 readings for each sign. So that way you know approximately when it was conducted and uploaded, but not time specific, unless I say so. Also, if it doesn't resonate, which is possible because it's general, feel free, if you're here as Aquarius Sun, to watch the reading that aligns with your rising sign, or you can be a cross-watcher for your divine counterpart and watch their sun or rising readings to see if any messages come through for you that way. I hope this finds you well, and I am looking forward to pulling 2 cards for you from Spirit Animal Oracle. Let's see what comes through. As always, remember you can flip the energies around. I set a structure, but sometimes it comes through reverse for some people, so don't let that trip you up. Oh, almost so appropriate here. Masculine gets card 61, Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. And we're coming into turkey season here in the States. I know Canada's already had their Canadian Thanksgiving. We've got another month to go. But give with gratitude and grace. That's a lovely energy. And feminine gets White Raven Spirit, card 66. Trust in the magic. Whenever we have a double number like that, 11, the 11, the 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, we don't reduce them. They're master numbers. Trust in the magic, White Raven Spirit. Beautiful. So giving with grace and gratitude and trusting in the magic. I love that we have fowl, birds of a feather sticking together. And let me pull 1 card for you, Aquarius, which is also interesting that it takes flight and your air. So I don't know. I'm grabbing at straws here. Sacred Traveler, 1 card for you to kind of meditate on. I've been using them for the full moon and new moon rituals that I do, just to kind of journal around it a little bit. I'm not a huge journaler, but just a few words about it. You know, whether I am setting intentions or releasing, I usually use one of these cards to support that energy or guide it. What is coming through for our Aquarians, Sun and Rising? Wow, ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. This is beautiful. So, Aquarius, if you haven't already subscribed, I ask that you do. And click the bell and get notified of when I upload readings. But if you had subscribed, double check that you are subscribed, because I have been hearing that some people are kind of like, when they reset defaults, sometimes YouTube makes upgrades and they just reset defaults and people think they're still subscribed, but they're not. So just double check it. But on the community tab, this is all just to say, on the community tab, I did a post today around 11:11, and one of the phrases I used was keep moving forward. So ascending the mountain, this says keep going forward, but it's the same thought. So go check out that post on the community tab. It would have already come through your feed. If you are subscribed, you should have seen it. Okay, so just wanted to make mention of that. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you'll consider joining us here if you like the reading. And for those who are returning, all my appreciation. So I love this. Trust in the magic. Keep going forward. Give with gratitude and grace. Beautiful messages for you, Aquarius. And again, right, we've got the birds and we've got the ascension. There's a message in here for you, Aquarius. It feels very aligned to your energy. Pardon me, I've got real bad allergies today. So if I stop to sneeze or blow my nose, forgive me. Wow, masculine. 10 of Wands, laying down a very, end of a strenuous, burdensome cycle. Feminine, little nervous energy here with the moon, some fear, some insecurity, or just feeling triggered. So, here's how you're showing up in the reading. That moon is Pisces energy, so for some of you that will be important. Let's see what the fear might be about for the feminine. But first, I'll do what I normally do. King of Cups. In the past, 8 of Swords. Wow. 9 of Swords. Masculine's kind of tied in knots right now. A lot of mental energy being expressed. So we'll take a look at that. I'm feeling stuck energy, overthinking things, anxiety, kind of freaked out energy. But it's weird because they're showing up as like, that's behind me now. It could be that they're showing up saying, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, I can't. I can't. In the past, feminine with the Magician energy. Beautiful. Ace of Swords, or some big truth coming in right now that this feminine is experiencing in the connection. Wow, three powerful cards in a row. Judgment. This card came out in your last reading, I believe, in the same darn spot, I want to say. Yes, it was. Yes, yes. I'm getting yes. Double check. Last reading. Judgment. When you get to the end of this reading, if you stay to the end, or you fast forward if you feel the need to, there's always a pop-up with the video, the last reading I did for your sign. So check it out. This was the card, Judgment, past life soulmate energy, answering the call of the connection, forgiveness and second chances. So that is showing up again. Let's see where this takes us. That is Scorpio energy in the Judgment card. I think I said Pisces in the Moon, Virgo and Gemini in the Magician. We have a King of Cups showing up over here for the masculine in the past. That's high vibration love and emotional availability. Astrologically, it's water, so that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be about their sensitivity, their emotional availability, sometimes vulnerability. King of Cups doesn't always express their feelings very well. They can hold space for yours, but they sometimes struggle. If you look at the card, what you'll see is kind of floating on a block of ice in the middle of the ocean. Like think, a man alone on an island. And that's just sometimes the way that they show up. Let's see. I hope you're well. I keep thinking that, like someone needs to hear me say, I hope you're well. I hope you're feeling okay. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. So, some message may have signaled, the end of a painful, wow, King of Wands on top of that. A lot of Wands energy. I'm feeling very fiery here. Some message around a King of Wands. King of Wands, fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, emphasis on Leo. This is a whole lot of passion. Even the 10 of Wands is passion. So we've got this sort of end of a burdensome chapter or cycle, an offloading of some negative karma, possibly some messages, or this King of Wands. There could be some player energy being detected and offloaded, being released. The 10 of Wands, release. I'm going to take this resistance card, defensive card, 7 of Wands. I feel that this masculine's pushing back around the King of Wands. I don't think the King of Wands is this masculine. I think it's someone else. I'm just going to leave that there. King of Cups feels like the masculine's energy. I say that because I see them being all tied up, right? And when I say all tied up, I just mean stuck and really all up in their head. How Aquarian of you, if you're the Aquarius here, is the masculine. And as I said, you can flip it around. If this whole side speaks to you and you're the feminine, that's fine. Don't sweat that. Wow. So remember I said the King of Cups doesn't communicate their feelings very well. Well, here I think they were trying in the past. King of Cups with the Eight of Wands. They were trying to communicate some feelings of emotion, some passion. Wow. Their desire here felt very much like a gift. There was like a push to communicate about it. Oh, beautiful. And move toward this feminine with love, Knight of Cups, and romance, choosing the union, Lover's card, Gemini. Wow, look at all this coming out. Hierophant is your belief systems, but it's all about commitment and conventional committed connections, right? And look at that. Judgment card. Wow. Answering the call of this connection with the past life soulmate. I'm just going to keep going. There we go. And finally we land on it. The Wheel of Fortune. This fated connection. Destiny at the wheel. I'm going to go through all this, Aquarius, but I feel as if something major went down in the past for this masculine, and that's why right now they're kind of stuck and overthinking things a bit. And I'll get to that in a minute. I'm not quite sure how they're showing up here, how it fits in, but I'll get there. I keep thinking it's another person, the King of Wands, but I could be wrong. So King of Cups, Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands. Pow. Look at that. Just really kind of wanting to communicate their feelings, their emotions, and the power of their passion, I believe, for this feminine, who I also think manifested it. So that happened. And then what's hiding underneath here, and for those who are new, when I pull from underneath, it's like outside of conscious awareness. It's not something you're thinking about consciously, but it's bubbling up under the surface and it's driving our subconscious behaviors. Well, first is this beautiful Knight of Cups, which is a card of romance and love and moving toward it, you know, openly with your heart sort of on your sleeve, nothing to hide. Fully moving toward this feminine. Gemini in the Lovers there, choosing the union. This is about a card of choice, choosing the union, choosing the lover, open and ready, or, you know, committed. They're in there, they're being true to themselves, and their desire here, Ace of Wands, for a conventional committed relationship with the past life soulmate. This is second chances. It could be a second chance at this connection. If something went, you know, bad in the past, but it's also a card of past life soulmates, like twin flame, the recognition, the answering the call of it, and that gets confirmed by, boom, Six of Cups and the Wheel. So I feel as if, and this has come out in quite a few readings, that this masculine had an awakening, albeit underneath. It's like, you know when you know. And the only card missing from this that would have locked that in would have been the High Priestess, because that's the inner knowing at a spiritual level, in communication with your spiritual team. But this is pretty darn good. And even though it's underneath, don't panic, because I kind of feel like it's gets the ball rolling. Like the Indiana Jones boulder has been unleashed for this masculine. But oddly, right now, this Eight of Swords is a card that says they're stuck. They don't know what to do with all this energy, with that, you know, with the next, what would the next best step be? They're offloading some negative karma here relative to a King of Wands. So, and by the way, that Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarius, and the Judgment card is Scorpio. Well, I'm starting to like feel my body temperature go up, all the wands. Temperance, patience, more Sag energy. Sort of, even though they're up in their head and overthinking things and feeling kind of trapped, they're trapped in a prison of their own making, essentially. And the way they're dealing with it is they're just exercising a lot of self-control and restraint. Sorry for the blurriness. There we go. But the Temperance is about self-control, restraint, sort of feeling the difference of energies, waiting for things to achieve a sense of flow. It feels very protected. They're not in a hurry. They have walked away from something that doesn't serve them on an emotional level, which is what I think is going on up here. In search of the twin. That's where they are right now. Oh, wow. I don't think this has come into awareness yet. I still think all this is underneath. All the, that I said, this energy right here is still underneath with this now. If that makes sense to you. So, the awakening is happening for this at the subconscious level, outside of conscious awareness, but it's driving this masculine's behavior, which is why they're stuck, which is why they don't know what to do, because they don't know what's going on. And then we have the Nine of Swords, all, you know, totally freaked out, anxious, running things on a loop in their head, trying to sort things through. Oh my gosh, like, you know when you have a hair tickling you and you can't get a hold of it? Nine of Swords. Did I say wands? I meant swords. Yeah, look at this. With the Seven of Cups. Now the Seven of Cups is emotional overwhelm, confusion, a lot of things to process on an emotional level. When I see these two cards together, just FYI, not for all of you, but for some of you, it is indicative of anxiety and depression. So I just want to make sure I say that because for some of you, it's just going to be your normal freaking out and overwhelmed kind of energy. But for some of you, it could be a little bit more serious. And I just wanted to say that so that if that's happening for you, if you're here and it's happening for you, or it begins to happen for you, don't let it go, right? Pay attention to it and supercharge your self-care. If you are here as a feminine and you observe this in this person at more than your normal average level, please support them. So I do want to say that. Because look what it's all about. It's about the Ten of Cups. No wonder. So if there's so much writing on this, but it's again underneath Ten of Cups. Look at all the crap that's underneath here. Just so you know, it's a lot to be freaked out about if you don't understand what's happening. I just want to say that. A lot to be overwhelmed about. It's about this twin connection. Wait a minute, this was over here. I'll get it right. So I'm going to adjust over here a little bit because it's the only part that doesn't really fit with the reading. And what I kind of feel is I feel that there's someone else that's been in the picture. That's been possibly very dominant, kind of think alpha male. Could be someone else that this feminine has dealt with or that this masculine is aware of. And I feel that they kind of think this person's a player. I don't know how it fits in. We'll see what happens over here. I did want to say that I'm looking at the bottom and there is the Four of Cups. And the reason why I'm going to take it, because it would have come out here, is I think that that's part of the freak out. I think the emotional overwhelm and the anxiety is about this masculine or whoever is on this side really wanting this happily ever after, but they fear being rejected. There's like possible, like they're confused and a little bit anxious that they're going to be blown off or friend zoned or completely rejected. So I'm taking that because I think it fits the storyline for some of you. It makes this part make more sense. Remember, it's a general, so I'm trying to consider all the variations. Feminine, moon, the moon. Feeling triggered, insecure, apprehensive, unsure. Sure, Ace of Cups. That would trigger all my insecurities if I thought I was dealing with the love of a lifetime. This is, right, that Ace of Cups, a divine gift of love. It can be a newer love, and since we have the Ace of Wands over here and the Ace of Cups, love and passion, and it feels very new, very inspired, very divinely gifted with the King of Cups. Can't make it up, right? So now we know who we're talking about. The King of Cups, as I said, is this masculine, for sure. Wow, 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 wow. They wanted to talk about this passion, and then everything that fell out underneath is kind of what was guiding their behaviors. Feminine's unsure, I think, feeling a little fearful, like, is this King of Cups my person? Does that make sense? Like, I'm not sure that there's been a whole lot of clarity, and so they're a little bit nervous and fearful. They have manifested it. It's what they've been wanting to, the ship's coming in card. 3 of Wands is a card of manifestation. Underneath, they're trying to manifest this King of Cups as being their one true love. But there's a lot of fear around it. I don't think it's much apprehension. I think they're just feeling like really triggered and uncertain, and fearful that what they are hoping they are dealing with is not what they're dealing with. But that clarity is coming in right now. In the past, Magician, more manifesting energy. Right, manifesting a King of Pentacles, the masculine archetype of life partner, someone that shows up for you every day, that's in your life every day in this incarnation, grounded, stable, normal, right? My version of like someone you kind of plan a future with, build a life with. Like more than an ordinary boyfriend. Way more than a Page of Wands. King of Swords. Wow. All these kings coming out. Which is good. I'll take it. I feel this feminine was manifesting just the energy of high vibration, integrity, honor, truth. Possibly an Aquarian. If so, it's very possible that the masculine is the Aquarian. But I feel as if this feminine was calling it in. Was really trying to bring it, this whole card with the finger one up, one down is as above, so below, is the whole reference there. And sort of taking it from 5D and bringing it down to here on this earthly plane. And I almost feel like that's what the King of Pentacles is about, is conjuring it, bringing it, manifesting it in the 3D. But we're talking about a King of Swords, somebody of high integrity, honor, truth, very intelligent, a very strategy-minded person. This is someone who usually lives by very high standards and ideals, and often by a code. You can find them in the military, law enforcement, lawyers, judges, all that Homeland Security kind of stuff, security guards, people who take an oath. Are generally represented by that King of Swords. In the absence of that, what you're dealing with, though, is high vibration integrity and character. And that's what this feminine was manifesting. Right now, Ace of Swords. This is, boom, possibly a breakthrough or a big aha moment this feminine is experiencing presently. What's the Ace of Swords about, please? Whoop. Cards wanted to jump out. Oh, wow. 3 of Swords. Possibly getting a big truth about a heartache or a painful situation. Wow. Focused, intently focused on it. This is sustained effort and focus. The 8 of Pentacles on that 3 of Swords. Really kind of... Queen of Wands there. So Queen of Wands being very, very strong-willed, big, strong personality, takes no prisoners, knows what they want, sort of like a force to be reckoned with. I almost feel as if in this part of the reading, the feminine is just sort of now coming to some very big realization. Some truths are coming in, some clarity is coming in almost by divine, the hand of the divine about a past heartache, possibly with this person, but it doesn't have to be. And here we see this feminine saying, but I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to come up with creative solutions to this problem. I know what I want. I'm in my power. So there is a shifting energy. They feel very focused, very determined, working on creative solutions based on this like out of the blue realization and aha moment that they had that sort of lands as a breakthrough for them. But now, that they're showing up in the moon energy, I know that they're feeling their power right now, but I think there's some insecurities being triggered by the power of this connection. But we won't let that bother us for too long, will we, dear feminine? Judgment in the future, and it came out over here in the past for the masculine underneath. I do feel that if this heartache was between the two of you, there's forgiveness and second chances on the horizon. If the heartache is about someone else, then this is your second chance at love and romance with a past life soulmate, a true twin. Wow. It feels like a new start, a fresh start here. The Page of Pentacles, it's taking it one step at a time is how that feels. That Page of Pentacles, the message is a fresh beginning here in 3D and moving beyond everything else. The Chariot is moving forward victoriously. That's Cancerian energy. So I do feel that even though you may kind of have to start over, it feels like a fresh start. You will move forward victoriously. Dear Aquarius, look what's underneath. Yes. Two of Cups, because you're the soulmates. What I'm going to do now is I want to pull in a card to see what do you need to focus on right here, right now. What's the dominant energy, the thing that you need to really put your attention to? What's that issue? The second card will be the block, the challenge, or the dynamic between you two around that issue. Third card will be what can you do about it, or what can you expect to come of it, depending on how it gets clarified. And then we'll take a look at your messages to each other. What are you saying in 5D? What are you saying to each other, or what do you want each other to know on an energetic level? And then one card for you, Aquarius, from your higher self, spirit, or the universe. We'll see what kind of advice comes through for you. And then the outcome position, it's like, what can you expect of the whole thing going forward, and in what time frame? So if timing is a factor, it would show up there. I hope to see you there. The link to the extended is below in the description box, first or second sentence. I'll be there in a second. Otherwise, take care, and I'll see you on a future reading. Bye, Aqua.